Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to talk about virtual summits, virtual conferences, virtual workshops, whatever you're doing when you're having a bunch of speakers or a couple speakers speaking to an audience and you're broadcasting it live. It can also be taped, but more commonly live. Virtual summits are everywhere. We've been doing them for 7-8 months now on a huge scale, and people are probably getting kind of turned off on them. A lot of them are basically just somebody speaking, talking about a PowerPoint slide, talking monotone into the camera nonstop for 15, 20 minutes, even an hour. And it's getting a little boring. It's getting a little bit, okay, I've done that, been there, what's next? So what I want to talk about is virtual summits should be something we keep doing, but we got to do them smarter. We got to do them quicker, easier, more efficiently, and we got to get more ROI, or return on our investment. So I'm going to talk to you about some of the virtual summits that I've been part of, and some of the ones that my team of virtual assistants have helped people put on. And the idea here is that a virtual summit should be something where if you're a speaker, an entrepreneur, an author, a coach, someone with a lot of knowledge that you want to share in an online forum, you shouldn't be having to do all the work yourself. You should be able to delegate most of the pre-work before the conference or the summit. During the summit itself, you shouldn't have to do a lot of the work except just speak and talk and engage and share. And then post event, there should be a lot of follow-up things that happen. This can all be done by a VA, so I'll talk about how my VAs can help you do that. It's really important because right now, these collaborative events that we're doing, where we're bringing together different speakers, there's a lot of content. There's tons and tons of value, more value than ever created before. If you think about before, most of us spoke on stage in person. And when we did that, we had an audience where we were happy if we got 100 people in a room. And now we're able to put something out there that not only can we capture at the time that the summit goes live, but we can record it and have it out there for forever, basically. So the reach is infinite. And so basically that's something that we should be thinking about, not just when we want to give content right now, but how that content is going to be used over time. So we think about that because talking about your expertise and sharing it with your potential customers or your current customers or your future customers or the people that you want to bring into your tribe, the people you want to engage, you want to recruit, you want to attract, you need to be thinking about how you can use this incredibly powerful marketing tool. We live in the Netflix of content right now where people can basically eat what they want when they want. They can consume as much content of yours as they feel like when they want to. So you should have a library of information out there. You should have a bunch of things recorded and able for people to access. And summits are a big part of that. You should use the summits to create the content, but then you should also do things besides just show it that one time live. So this is really something that this powerful thing that we're doing that business owners and entrepreneurs who are figuring out are able to use. It's also important not to oversaturate your market, to look for different markets, to offer a variety of things to a variety of people. So you're not talking about the same thing to the same people with the same speakers every single time. That is not sustainable, right? So we want to think about long term. We think about virtual summits. So really there's 4 reasons why I think virtual summits are really super important, that we should not stop doing them, even if we are getting burned out because of the low ROI and the amount of time it takes and the fact that so many people are doing them. We need to keep doing it because it allows us to grow our list, to reach a wider audience, to grow the list of people in our tribe. It can be for emailing them, for inviting them to events, for sending them a newsletter. It could be for inviting them to your Facebook group, trying to build up your tribe. But you want to keep growing that list. And virtual summits are a great way to do it, especially if you're using Eventbrite. Eventbrite captures email addresses. It's probably the best way to organize an event. And then if you do it on Eventbrite, then you also can do a mirror event on Facebook events, which also helps you capture traffic on social media. This is really the best way, I think, to go. But you can set up events all kinds of ways. You can have an opt-in on a social media page, or you can build a funnel on a website to be able to drive signups and capture them that way. Basically, you want to think about growing your list. That's the number one reason why we've always been doing summits and why we keep doing summits, to be able to develop a list of people that want to consume our content. The next one is that, it helps us build a relationship with influencers. When we have a summit with other people, when we're on stage with an all-star lineup of speakers, then it builds our influence and it exposes our message to other influencers. So most of my virtual assistant business I've been running the last couple months has been through referrals. In fact, I do very little marketing. I only sponsor one radio show as a podcast. I do some social media marketing, but I don't have a lot of spend on my marketing, and I don't have a lot of people doing marketing for me. My list of influencers that I work with that have my virtual assistants, because they're raving about my VAs, it's how I do most of my business. So that referral coming from relationships with influencers is a big reason why we need to do virtual summits. The next is we want to be able to find more opportunities for us to speak. If you're on stage with a bunch of speakers, they're also going to be on other stages. They're going to remember you. They're going to want to network with you, and maybe they'll bring you in. Maybe they'll invite you to their stage, or they'll recommend you to some other speaking event organizer, or you can put on your own event down the road with additional people they can bring in. So basically, building up your network of speakers is a big reason why we should keep doing virtual summits. But we should be selective. We should think of people that either collaborate with us, that we work well with, people that offer things that basically fill out what we don't, so we complement each other. You want to think about speakers that kind of give a central message to the audience. You don't want a bunch of disjunct speakers that don't have anything in common on a summit together, because the audience won't know what to make of it. So when you build your network of speakers up, that's something that summits allow you to continue to do. And most importantly, you want to build up your brand, which allows you to make money. The reason we do virtual summits is it's an investment of our time to be able to generate revenue down the road. If we're selling our book, if we're selling our podcast, if we're selling our coaching service, if we're selling something that we know we can monetize, then a summit is a good way to promote it. And if you have multiple people promoting multiple things for your audience, it gives them a buffet of things to choose from. Now, some people overdo this. You go on some summits, you go on some events, and everyone's selling, and there's so many offers, it's overwhelming. That's not the way to go. Think about strategically how you can bundle things, or how you offer complementary services, so all your speakers are kind of unified in what they're trying to achieve. If it's just a money grab and everyone's out there trying to push their own stuff to make money, it's going to turn off the audience. It's not going to be sustainable. So we've all been to those kind of events. We've all been to enough events where we know what we like and what we don't like. And it's probably not too hard to survey our audience, our friends, our customers, and see what they want out of a summit, and do more of those. But the bottom line, no matter what kind of summit you do, in what format, on what application, no matter when you do it and who you do it with, you're doing it to grow your list, to build relationships with influencers, to get yourself more speaking gigs, and to build up your brand, which allows you to monetize it. That's why we should keep doing virtual summits. Okay, so I'm going to stop here because there's a lot more to share. And what I'm going to do is come back tomorrow with part 2 of this video. So basically, when you think of summits, though, you want to think of all the things that a VA can do and how the VA can help you manage your summit. So go to sonicva.com, send us a message, drop a comment below, say, I need a VA to help me run a summit. And we will find you the VA that will help fill in the gaps to what you do well and what you need somebody else to do well to have a successful summit. And check back tomorrow for part 2 of how to really have an amazing summit with a VA. Thanks a lot for your time. I'll see you soon.